Okay, so for those of you that are um, currently getting over some type of spiritual attack, this message is going to be for you. If you were fantasizing or caught into some type of relationship illusion, whether that be romantic or professional, um, then this message is also going to be for you. If you were a part of a hidden agenda to romanticize a lot of toxic or demonic connections in order to make profit, increase fame, recognition by pretty much constantly keeping people on a negative downward spiral in regards to them getting themselves out of unhealthy relationships, then this is also going to be a message for you. There's something about mass illusions and a lot of earth angels, empaths, star seeds have pretty much been a victim to some sort of professional mass hypnosis, okay? Um, but before we even talk about what's out there that could potentially distract you from your journey or potentially confuse you, I have an even more specific message for anyone that feels like in your personal life that you know yourself was fantasizing over a relationship or romanticizing a professional relationship to be this professional slash romantic back and forth, hot and cold, um, romanticizing it to be better than it actually was, then I am talking most definitely to that collective. Okay. Um, there's a lot here, and I feel like Spirit wants to prepare you for a major event. And this major event looks as if there are three people specifically involved. And whatever it is, one of these people are about to act up. Oh, yeah, I'm hearing Young Miami. All right, act up. You can get snatched up. One of these people are about to act up. Um, with you walking away, with you taking your losses, with you breaking this spell and just removing yourself away from a situation, that person is about to act up. You trying to create boundaries with someone and maybe still live under the same roof, or create boundaries with someone and co-parent with this empath card here, or this is just someone that, a family member. hmm The objective is going to be affect your communication, to affect your ability to effectively communicate um, under these types of situations, especially when money is involved, especially when your success is involved, and not knowing who to appropriate the blame to, or who to properly appropriate, who the person to cut out of your life may be. You get what I'm saying? So let me give you a couple of scenarios, all right, Taurus? This person that is currently observing you, there are a couple telltale signs that I'm about to mention that may resonate with you, and it's only going to be deeper confirmation. So either you have befriended someone, they have listened to your story, they know about your past relationship failures, they know your strengths and your weaknesses. Um, they know how you have turned your life over, turned your story over, turned over a new leaf in your life. That's going to be one scenario, right? Um, I don't care if it was like a good relationship, a toxic relationship, or a relationship that you just determined that was brainwashable. Like, if you felt like you was ever brainwashed by someone or convinced that they love you and all along they were lying to you, that's a telltale sign of being brainwashed, okay? Because you miss the signs, the red flags, the yellow flags, that kind of lets you know, or you ignore them, or you don't listen to that call, or you choose not to see the certain things. There's a lot of reasons that brings us to that point, but that's not what we're here to focus about. I feel like this may be someone that has said to you things like, I wish I had a woman like you. I wish I had a man like you, back in the day or before I met anyone else. There's something about wishing that they had someone that was capable of being brainwashed like you were once before by friends, families, or foes. Period. Okay? So, under no circumstances is anyone saying that to you a compliment. To wish that they got to have a version of you that was unable to recognize the red flags or the yellow flags, they're pretty much asking for the type of person that will pretend and put on a facade and fake as if they don't see the bad things that are happening around them, and the fucked up stuff they say or do. All right. So this part, spirit is telling me that that's normal with contract here. Okay. It's normal for people to wish that they've had something that would appear to be easier or appear to be better for them, right? If you want to look at it from a healthy perspective, if someone says, if someone says, I wish I could meet someone that was respectful and all these different things. We wish for things that are either good or bad for us. But when someone is observing you and they're getting to know you, or they already know you, and they use these weaknesses as an opportunity to have more on you than they have more on you than you have on them, there's an offset. There's an incomplete package. Like, you're not getting all of the information and intel on another person, but they're getting all the intel on you, right? And it happens through natural conversation, right? Now, the plot is about to twist, and it's about to get even deeper, because at the same time you have a second person that's showing up in your energy, a second collective, karmic collective, that's showing up in your energy, that is betting on it. They're betting on you being superstitious. They're betting on you being afraid of someone else getting over on you, that you act out yourself and you behave in a certain way that guarantees that nobody fucks with you, right? That guarantees that nobody wants to date you. And it's almost like a win-win situation for this third party energy to kind of like use these two main opposites or these main characters against each other in pursuit of the overall objective. The overall objective here is to make you off yourselves, offset. It creates an offset in this exchange. So it's like, oh, if I give you the bag, you got to take out your other person, rob Peter to pay Paul, right? If I give you success, you have to put down your brother or your sister. You see how that works? And so there is a bigger enemy, a bigger force that is also puppeteering and pushing its own agenda to get the collective to pretty much behave in a state of scarcity, in a state of lack. All right. So what we're about to do today, Taurus, if y'all are new, welcome to the channel. And if you're returning, welcome back. We're about to pretty much take apart a loaded weapon, take apart a loaded spell, text message, conversation. We're going to diffuse this situation that is designed to make you fuck yourself up, right? So if y'all are ready, we're going to dive into the tarot and break this shit down by the pound. Seriously. Hold on one second. All right, let's go, Taurus. Let's get into this. Okay, so pretty much because your money, your finances, your money bag is the first thing that's trying to be hit. That's what we're going to break apart first. Okay, which is going to talk about your career. We're going to talk about your career. We're going to talk about the players in your financial sector that seek to delay, irritate, annoy, or create some type of reverse psychology spell, tactic. All right, we're going to see exactly what that shit is. Make something difficult for you to manifest. If you are manifesting from a self-made entrepreneur type of perspective. So for all my self-made entrepreneurs, what is the target, Spirit? What's being targeted in Taurus finances and career? Can you show me what's being targeted at the bag? Seeing as a prickly situation. Fast changes. So this is definitely fertility. All right. Abundance, fertility, fast money. Money coming into you quickly. So the objective here is to target you being able to acquire certain wealth at a rapid rate, right? You being able to manifest at a rapid rate. The objective here is to hurt you to slow this down. Okay? Where you don't have to work so hard to do something that you do in your sleep. There's something about you having a talent, a skill, a gift that you're so good at to the point where it pretty much speaks for itself. It works for itself while you are outside, playing. It's meant to just blow up overnight, go viral overnight. It's also meant to multiply itself. Okay? When I say multiply itself, residually, back to back to back to back. While you're taking trips, while you're taking flights, there's nothing that you should have to worry about. All right? All my self-made entrepreneurs. The freedom to express yourself is also being targeted, and your ability to say what it is you want to say and how you want to say it is your truth, it's your authenticity. And so you may be experiencing things if it's on platforms like being flagged or being slowed down, traction being slowed down, and something about fall season between April. You may have experienced this hit between April to fall season. You may have gone through a cyclone trying to get you to run a race, move your body. All right. Which takes you out of abundance, takes you out of the frequency of manifestation and abundance and femininity, right? The divine feminine energy. When you're in a space of chasing, that when you chase something, you're scarce. You're doing it from a space of scarcity and lack. And so to try to force you down that path of scarcity, there was an attack, an energetic attack on your ability to manifest things quickly and at a rapid rate, right? Now, also with the expression of freedom, this is also telling me that it's also a part of your contract for after hitting rock bottom that you make it up, right? Because the wheel has to keep moving. So pretty much objectively, based off of your application, based off your consistency, you should be propelled, catapulted in a particular direction, right? However, the only thing that can delay this being catapulted for you is your belief, right? You're not believing that there's going to be a change. You're not believing that there's going to be something alleviated. Pretty much you're not believing in the spirits in itself. Okay? Now, there are certain things that will happen in your 3D reality to kind of assure that you feel the restriction around this. And we're going to get into that. Okay? But before we get into that, like I said, there's going to be signs and things like that that kind of lets you know um, where you're headed and what things are going. So for those of you that are in 9 to 5 jobs and you are experiencing difficulty at all in your work sector when it comes to like promotions, raises, and things like that, that's what we're going to look at. What's being targeted for those of you that are working. For those of you that are working in 9 to 5s, okay? So we have authority. All right, so what's being attacked is your confidence. What's being attacked is your confidence. You being able to see that you having the ability to feel like you're qualified, right? You feeling that from the inside of feeling like, oh, I have the confidence, right? If they never give you a raise, if they never give you promotion, you feel like you never get to earn that amount of money that allows you to explore other entrepreneur gigs. You may want to dibble and dabble and be working on your own bag, making your own investments outside of working for someone else. But when you feel as if the pay isn't reflective of your work, but you have no control over it, you got to still show up to those jobs. It's a disempowering type of experience. It places your energy as it dismantles you. It doesn't build you up. It doesn't set you up for success. It sets you up for complacency. So in this type of situation, what you're experiencing is an attack on you knowing what direction to go in, or if you should, what you should even be doing with your life. Okay, that is one of the biggest attacks, because when it comes to Taurus energy, stability is the biggest, the highest value for Taurus, which is why Taurus will find themselves in situations where for the sake of money, someone financially taking care of them and offering some type of structure or consistency around their stability, they will stay in situations a lot longer than the average person or the other zodiac signs due to that stability, based around finances. And that's why it's a value to you for you to sacrifice yourself for security and stability. Now, those of you that have broken out of that and you've tapped into that the spiritual escrow, the spiritual wealth, right? The raw energy, the things that you have to manifest, you have to align with and then manifest and be the conduit for it to come into fruition. You guys have already breaking through that third, I want to say like that third realm, or that third, yeah, let's call it a realm. I'm gonna call it a hood, right? You've broken through that third hood, and now you're working on a different project, but you're still being categorized as someone from the projects, someone from a projected environment that is designed to stay at a certain level of success. Okay, it's a threshold, and this is all based off of influence, right? Now, now that we're talking about influence and the bag, here's where things get very political, right? You make enemies, it's not what you know, it's who you know. In the realm of influence, it's always going to be influence of powers. It's always going to be who you know and not what you know. All right, especially when you are not working for yourself, or you have to partner with certain brand deals, partnerships, platforms, networks, all of those different things. It's all about who you know and not what you know. So you could be the most talented person, the most skilled, the most gifted person. At the end of the day, if they do not feel as if there is a level of control based off of what direction you want to go with it in, or how much you're going to say or what you're not going to say that represents them as well, how quickly you get some type of success, all of those different things is where they get to control you from. But it's too risky to just walk up to your door and tell you that to your face. No, they have to 69 guide you. They have to stab you in the back and use the very people in your hoods and in your neighborhoods or in your family to betray you. So in this type of situation, that's exactly what's going to happen, right? If I go over to this next block and I give the same person that does the same thing way more influence and way more money and abundance than you, there's going to create a friction because it's not fair. That's where justice comes in. So the inequality, the injustice, and different things like that is a trigger button, and that's what the forces that be want to do. They want to hit a trigger button. But here's your back is turned, right? Because you've been offered some type of deal, you've been offered some type of opportunity. Some of you guys, it's a spiritual opportunity where you could have felt just natural downloads, where you felt as if you heard a voice pretty much talking to you and like telling you, oh, this person's doing this to you, this person's doing that to you. Psychic attacks, right? Which is called spiritual attacks. Or you may have heard a voice that's saying, oh, that's offering you some type of agreement. Oh, I'll help you get the success you need, or I'll help you get the recognition you need if you just partner with me. That's also a spiritual entity connecting with you and wanting to help you act as a third party to help you bring something into fruition. All of those different subliminal suggestions and contracts that have been put out there, there was a period where some of you guys may have felt like your hand was being forced, or you may have felt as if what you were being asked to give up in order to, like, you had to give up your ambitions, right? Some of you guys, they wanted you to give up your ambitions, or excessively being ambitious. Others of you, they wanted you to give up this independent act, right? And stop being so independent and to portray a certain narrative, right? Be a representative for that narrative. For others of you, they wanted you to post or share or portray some type of content about yourself that pushes this agenda that, you know, all you do is party, get money, you get whatever you want, and it's something that's better, pretty much like making it look better than what it really is. You see what I'm saying? In this type of decision, ultimatum, or whatever was going on between you and these forces, you decided not to make a decision. This too shall pass, right? When you take a stance, doing nothing is still doing something. Okay, silence is power. So when you say nothing and you move in silence and you just don't reply to all of the petitions and all of the energy being sent your way, it just hoards around you like a cloud, right? An energetic cloud waiting for your attention to come in either direction in order for it to like sink into your psyche, your subconscious realm. So you to give it attention, you to give it recognition, or you to give it clout. All right. What I'm seeing here is you put something on standby, you put something on notice, you turned your back on a situation, or you did nothing at all, right? You plead the fifth, some of you guys as well. Some of you guys didn't want to participate at all, and it was a matter of I don't want to play this game, I don't want to participate, I'm not interested. Okay. But we're moving into the season of Cancer, right? Are we in Cancer season yet? We're moving into the season of Cancer after moving out of strategy of Gemini. So in this season of Cancer, this is going to be your secret societies. This is going to be your secret cults. This is going to be your groups. This is going to be brotherhoods, okay? Yeah, the Emperor energy. So in this situation, in every empire, in every dynasty, when When the king goes down, the queen goes down with them, right? If you look at history, that's kind of how it was set up, right? Not in all of the history, but I'm saying typically when the king fell, the queen fell too, or something like we. It's like it's giving me the Radha energy a little bit. Back as old, tell as old as time. Um, I don't know what culture or what empires did it like that. If it was like more of a cultural thing, but I am definitely seeing here. And when I say go down, they may not die together, but it's giving very Dothraki. You know. It's giving very Dothraki. There was no such thing of you go on without that person. You know what I'm saying? In certain cultures. And even if they did stay alive, it wasn't like promoted to like take over or something like that. It would be passed down to like the child. You know what I mean? So this just depends on the position of status. Okay. So there's certain like things that you have never studied about or learned about. You've never read this type of stuff in books. You have a lot of street smarts. Okay, a lot of you have karmic intelligence, which means you spent many lifetimes. You have the akashic, and you have karmic intellect. Some of you guys, it's by way of failing through failure, where you've mastered a lot of different things. But I am seeing whether you got it through the akashic or you got it out the mud of your neighborhoods, your hoods, your environments, you still came to a point of reckoning where you know, yeah, it may be painful, yeah, you have to do what you have to do, but ultimately you know that it doesn't matter what people say. It doesn't matter what institutes say, what governments say. It's never designed for people like you. And that's just people that have this type of gift, people that come from these types of environments. It's never designed to it's not designed to support it. It's designed to keep it going and keep it established. Okay. So in a lot of ways, many of you guys on this journey of ascension have had to play crazy, right? And playing crazy is pretty much, I'm going to let you do you, you let me do me, and let's just call it spades, right? You stay on your side, I stay on my side. But that ain't even enough. You could turn a blind eye to a situation. Eventually, it's going to still rear its ugly head. And that's kind of what I'm seeing here, is now there are active players that have vendettas against you from within. So there's rats that have consumed poison, and now from within your own environment, okay, your own nucleus, there are those that want to see you lose. They want to see you fail. They want to bring you pain, right? And that's kind of what it is, 7 of Cups. And so there's a lot to compact here. So we're going to pull on all of them. What's in the clouds, Spirit? We got to see what's in the clouds. What's in the clouds? Who's in the clouds? Who's that creeping through my window? Let's see if I can find the proper deck. What deck do we want to use, Spirit? Not that one. Let's keep it real 3D. Okay? Because I don't think any of these, whatever's in the cloud, these are people that have been pretty much assigned a contract. They signed a contract to play a active role in your next 6 months. Okay? Some of y'all 6 months, 6 years, but they recently accepted some type of job. whether this is a spiritual job, a physical job, a monitoring job. They made some type of agreement, and they were promised that if they could stop you, that they would be granted some type of access out of their struggle, okay? Out of their own pain. So I'm talking about miserable people. I'm talking about unhappy people. I'm talking about people of pain, hurt people, hurting people type of shit. That's what we about to go into. All right, Spirit, can you show me who's all been contracted to come up against my collective? Show me the first person energy. Who are they? So we have Temperance. Okay. Next one. Wheel of Fortune. The Ten of Wands in reverse. The Page of Cups. All right. Three of Pentacles. So this is your community, your environment, your churches, your communities, your environments, your jobs. So I'm going to tell you off rip. Two of them are heavy hitters. Okay, which means when I say heavy hitters, these are well classified hitters. Those that have the ability they've done this before. Okay, you aren't the first and you won't be the last. So it's not personal to them. It's an assignment. It's a spiritual assignment. And they take on the type of assignments that has no real, there are no rules. You know, the rules that we as human beings consider, right? The rules where we say, okay, that's unethical, that's right, that's not right, that's wrong, that's not fair. Those two heavy hitters would not, pretty much, no matter, nothing that you say would make these two major archetypes consider it from your perspective as being a right or a wrong. For the sake of the overall evolution of humanity, they would do what's necessary. They may also be like, you know, spirit guides that takes physical form. They may also be like non-active players, okay, that are not designed to empathize with your struggle, okay? What they are the ones that are just hardwired to tear shit down. They're hardwired to either build you, reward you, or tear shit down. And so those will be like, I would call them the pawns, right? The pawns on the chessboard would be pretty much the collective, the community. They are easily moved based off of, they support you when you're winning, and when you're not winning, they're programmed not to support you. Okay, I'm talking about those type of people. They're a collective. It's not just one person. Then you have the Temperance card. Now, this is someone that has got a lot of rewards and recognition for their ability to successfully push an agenda or successfully see something into fruition, for better or for worse. It's never personal with this type of guide. This may be someone that's also, they wouldn't necessarily approach you. This is who they call, this is the collective. This is like, I want to say supernatural energy. So I can't really say collective because, like I said, they're not programmed to be affected to feel remorse by the human perspective. They see things from a higher perspective only. And so they may not have any roots because they don't really feel really connected to their family or their roots or their upbringing. It's more or less for the sake of the overall mission or the overall goal. It's all about the win. What are we winning? What are we doing? What's the hit? What's the move? What's the motive? It's on mission. It's on purpose. It's never personal. Okay. Now, like I said, this is the type of energy that wouldn't particularly like reach out to you directly and tell you like straight up to your face, like, do you want to do this with me or not? What they would do is use the same hypnosis. They would use the same brainwashing technique to suggest, elude, and persuade. Use the art of persuasion by way of how nice it could be if you were to participate or play along. It could benefit you and reward you in certain types of ways, right? Now, that's where you would get the one that if you told them no, then you would meet a different type of monster. If you told them I'm not interested or I'd rather just do it my way, then they would then flip to the other switch, which is, okay, I tried to do it this sweet way. Now you've left me no choice. And so they are willing to dibble and dabble into negative dark arts to get what they want. Okay. Moving on to those that do things just for the sake of survival mode, right? I'm exhausted. I'm tired. Whatever you have to offer, I'll take it. I'll do it. With this type of level of consciousness, these are the ones that they're passed around. Okay? They're a food source. Like if you go to the grocery store and you stock your pantry up with food, that would be this collective of consciousness. They're a resource to pluck and eat from. And that would be energy vampires. Now, how they do this is they would use this particular collective to it's kind of like that fuck it attitude, you know? I've been responsible my whole life. I've done everything right. I've played it by the book and I never get it. It never happens for me. It never works out for me. So at this point, I don't care anymore. And so they may start talking negative hate talk, trolling, doing different things, right? And woe is me, attention seeking, having asses. That level of consciousness would be the ones that are blaming other people, venting on you, right? Dump piling on you because as far as they're concerned, they've had it the worst. Now, like I said, this level of consciousness would play on your empathy because for those of you that are sensitive to those types of things, you may want to get into a debate with someone about how it's wrong for them to dump their bullshit on you. It's a setup, right? It's an illusion. And then we get to the snakes, right? The ones that are, they crush on you, they like you, they're enamored by you, they listen to you. But again, with a snake, when it's hungry or when it wants something, after being there all that time, loving on you, supporting you, being there for you, in the event that you feel as if when they do decide, they may not ever ask you for shit, but when they do decide, this is the hopeless romantics, when they do decide to call on you, when they do decide to need you and you aren't there for them, they will bite you because they're hungry. They wait until, they will let you pet them. They will let you handle them. But don't get it twisted. Just because they let you handle them, they are definitely capable of biting your ass because that's how they're designed. They're designed to bite you, right? So now let's talk about the collective that never makes a decision in life. They avoid their spiritual journey. They drink their problems away. They They are victims for the rest of their life. They never get on that flight. They never take that job. They never take that leap of faith. They never feel as if they're good enough, or if they can even be change their fate. That program in itself is a void. A void. This particular void is the kind of void where you could talk to them until they're blue in the face. They will never change their program, because everything that they say out their mouth, they mean it. Drunk word, what they call it, drunk person, sober words, something like that. Okay, and let's move on, right? Let's move on to what I would call the one. Okay, the one, when you meet the one, that person is also there, but they have to be awakening. They have to, some of you guys, they have to reawaken it. It has to be, that new beginning has to happen, or you have to meet them for the first time. All of these other illusions are designed to create suggestions, communicate something to you subliminally to push their own agenda. Now, like I told you, every other object here is karmic. There are different types of them bitches, okay? And they all have their own agenda. And they all have their own motive. Now, the two heavy hitters that I'm telling you about is what I would call those that like to play God, okay? It's a compilation of interdimensional beings and optic illusions, okay? Optic illusions, nothing more than that. So they could be conversations between you, your higher self, your lower self. So you just have to know thyself at the end of the day, because it could be a win-win, or it could be a win-lose situation. Now, the temperance can be people that also have the same gift or ability as you. Like I said, they've dealt with many, okay, arouser, royalty, like I said, many lifetimes, diviners, intelligence, shamans in reverse. They've dealt with them all. Okay, when you start hitting these tiers and stuff like that, you're going to get contacted by these things. Okay, so in a nutshell, like I said, there's the one, there's the awakening. There is one good choice out of all of them. Right amongst that is someone that's always monitoring the one. You're going to have a karmic that's always monitoring the one, looking for the one, just as you're seeking the one as well. This is the one that, when together, you both see clearly. And when you both are capable of seeing clearly, you have more control of, you now become the person that creates realities, creates dimensions. You're no longer the seeker, you're the seer, okay? Because you can see clearly when you have both eyes, right? Because it's almost like the both of you get to refine each other, sharpen each other, to see things in a very in a more complex way, see things from more complex perspectives. All right, so it's a more total package. Now, that one that's monitoring the one that tries to keep up and act like the one, is going to be probably the karmic that was the catalyst in your life. The one that it was either fight or flight, kill or be killed. You had to conquer. You had to choose yourself, which disempowers or disarms the other person. Okay, it's like someone trying to attack you and you keep unloading it. You know, I'm disarming it. That's pretty much would be the love options that helped prepare you for the one. Okay, those karmic collectives help prepare you for the one. That's pretty much what we have here. Now, each one of these these options are going to hit. 3 of them have already attempted. And the ones that I feel like have attempted has been I want to say family and friends, your community environment, family, friends, social gatherings. They have definitely got the ball rolling. So they pretty much got the ball rolling. And and so now, like I said, you remember how I told you about the intelligence that's here to see, may the best man win? You've been pretty much invited to play a game. Okay? 8 of Cups. Now, this is a test of your ability to emotionally use emotional intelligence, because all of this is cups. So this is emotional intelligence. All right? Sometimes it's not about seeing clearly, but it's about understanding the subject. Name of. Okay. So it's like simple nursery rhymes would benefit you throughout this optical course. So pretty much this intelligence is giving you kind of like, hey, you're about to go into optical course. This is a game that they like to play. This particular game is the one that they play with those that are leaving behind their hoods, right? Their confines, their tax brackets, anything in relation to like their relationship statuses. They also play this game with those that evolve beyond toxic into healthier connections and things like that. So every time you are about to have a major breakthrough, this type of illusion has to be played. Okay. Now remember, as empath being here, you are the most important piece on the board. Period. But it's going to require your belief, right? Because with all this confusion, how do you believe in anything? Great question. You believe in yourself, right? And in order for you to believe in yourself, you're going to meet the opposition of those that feel like, how dare you believe in yourself? I never did that my whole life and it never got me nowhere. That's bullshit. You're going to meet those that says, oh, I love the way you believe in yourself. I want somebody that believes in themselves I want to believe in myself just like you. I want to love you just like you love yourself. And then they're going to be like, but now I'm mad at you because you love yourself more than me, right? And then you're going to run across that person that is like, it's not going to happen for me. I don't know if it ever will. It takes too long. All of that is an attention-seeking tactic, right? When that attention-seeking tactic happens, that is another confirmation for you that these are the people that sit on sit around and do nothing all day. 2 of Wands in reverse. Nothing, but complain like everything is happening to them, never for them. This is one of the... So how they're going to retaliate against you is they're going to blame you as to why nothing happens for them and play victim. Okay. Now the energy up there that's monitoring the 1 is someone that believes that you are not as strong as you portray yourself to be. And so they like to mirror with you. They like to play this false facade mirroring tactic with you where it's like, no, I'm whole. They like to play this doppelganger energy with you. No, I'm your person. No, I'm your person. No, I'm your person. That type of shit. And so in that type of dynamic, they want to know who you are talking to, who you're dealing with, or who do you feel like is the one to you? Because with that information, they feel like it empowers them to test your gangster, right? Now, this energy up here, this karmic energy understands one thing about you. you don't respond to shit that you don't care for. Clearly, they're watching you ignore everything else. You got your eye on the prize and they're watching you ignore everything else, right? Which means you're already holding it down for someone to catch up. Some of y'all are waiting for someone to awaken, realize, come to the epiphany of what you guys are to each other. And in that type of dynamic, all you could do is focus on your life purpose. Granted. However, in the meantime, the first objective of this doppelganger of your person is to break your concentration, right? In order to break your concentration, they have to figure out which one of these motherfuckers you care about, right? First, they're going to start with grown-ups, and then they're going to work their way down to minors if you have any around you, and then they're going to outsource to family and friends. It's designed to behave in that way. It's designed to test everything until they find one of these motherfuckers going to hit. One of them is going to catch your attention, right? So, they fish. They fish. So they're going to start off by watching how you respond to certain little experiences. And then after the little experiences get more and more frustrating, more and more irritating, more and more complex, right? So let's see. Spirit, show me what you need Taurus to know about this false person, this program here. I would consider piece of the pie. They know how to move like an L shape. I want to say they're like knights. Chariot and Ace of Pentacles. So this person is pretty much with Strength again in reverse. They're trying to manifest an offer that they feel like you can't resist. Okay, so someone feels like as strong as you think you are, that when you feel like there's a big investment of value, money, of value of any sort, that they can offer you something that you won't resist, and you will be like melted chocolate in somebody's hand. Whatever integrity you feel like you have, out the window. Whatever work you've done to yourself, count that out the window too. Whatever your parents taught you, you would give all of that up for the right price. Okay, playing the price is right with your ass. All right. And then try to guilt trip you like, oh, you're tripping. I'm not even trying to act. I just want to do this out of the kindness of my heart. You're making it seem like it's more than what it is. Cap. Okay? Cap. Because here's the thing. If they can make you doubt yourself and question of whether or not it's you that's tripping or it's them, then they've already won. They've already put you in the box. That's phase 1 of putting you back into a state of mental conflict, right? When the divine gives you the truth and clarity, you cut through the bullshit, right? Because here's the truth of the matter is, even if, let's say, you come across somebody and you're not sure if that person is good for you or bad for you, if you cut them off and you let them go, right? And that person comes back around, or you come back around that person and there's hard feelings, it was never going to work out anyway. If that person exists, there are millions and millions of more of that same person. So to get hung up on one particular aspect of a person or one version of a person, there is many more where that came from, which goes back to your belief on whether or not you believe that there is an abundance of this supply, or do you believe that it's a scarcity in good women or good men? If you believe that there's a scarcity of something, then you are already behind the 8 ball. All right, so they're trying to put you in front of it so that way you can see what's coming to you. Okay, so spirit is in your corner. Let's see. Yeah, they're gonna try to. This is all about someone. They feel like they can't get back to their glory days until they take some type of power from you. So these are some people that are going to be trying to checkmate you and shit like that. Okay? Put you in this position where you're like, oh man, why did I do that? Thinking back 2 years ago and shit. You ain't got time for that. All right? Giving you extra burdens and responsibilities that don't belong to you. Some of y'all, the burdens and responsibilities is going to be like, oh, I can't do this because I don't have that. Or, oh, I have to help somebody do this because they don't have nobody else. Those are not your responsibilities. So there's something about trying to put you under one of these. They're going to try to, this person's going to try to put you, I'm going to say, God honest truth, this one up here with strength in reverse is your biggest adversary. The rest of them are small parts of an equal whole, okay? Because this person is going to put you back through all of these illusions, which is back across the whole board. You're going to go back all the way to the beginning of your spiritual journey, right? A blue pill effect. So in this situation, this is where you self-destruct yourself. You know how I told you that this was a snake? And you see how the snake came over it? All right? But you're a snake handler. You can handle this. You got this. So when someone is asking you to compromise your own plans and your own what you want to do for yourself, and they want to make you feel guilt trip you about it being selfish and stuff like that, consider it like conquered that one, moving on to the next one, right? Then you come across, they're going to put you in that next energy where it's like, well, maybe if I'm nice to them, or I say the right things, or I don't talk to nobody, or I stop talking to people, it'll make them leave me alone. That's a plot twist. That's where we go back to the plot twist that I told you about in the beginning. That's the second thing that they want you to do. First, they're going to have you going out your way, trying to help them achieve certain things for the greater good, or for everybody to benefit. Then they switch into trying to cut off your communication to people that can meet you, see you, or X, Y, and Z, partner with you, business or not. Then we move on to the damn 10 of Wands in reverse. So now you become self-destructive where you to the point where you're like, well, I can't trust nobody, and so you start burning bridges. Okay? You start burning bridges, you start telling people, I'm fed up, I'm tired, but you forgot that it started with here, right? The person set the intention, and because you didn't want to come off as being someone that is always seeing the worst, you choose to make decisions that you don't really want to do, then transition over into someone that isolates themselves, then goes over into a situation where that doesn't work, because now that you've given these other two energies attention, you've attracted more collective people that do the same thing. Okay, so now more people are misusing you, more people are liking you but they're not serious. You cutting off communication with that. Then you moving on into, you know what, I'm sick and tired of this, I'm cutting everybody off, I don't want to deal with nobody, I don't want to talk to nobody, I'm moving on. Now boom, you've reached a point of bad luck, bad karma. And your belief in karma in itself, which is what the temperance is here to teach you, is that the more you believe that there are consequences that you must experience in order to reach levels of success, the more this will constantly pull on you that way. Only you can set yourself free from that belief system that's limiting you from accessing certain levels of success and prosperity. All right. So now here we are with the will. Now the program is the people they're gonna close doors on you. They're gonna say, determine whether or not you're qualified or unqualified. You're gonna feel as if you're being ostracized, you're being criticized, you're being dealt with by people that are talking to you any type of way. They're trying you, right? So the moment you see one of these slippery suckers fall through the cracks, understand that you're 3 layers deep into this shit already, into this spell that's been casted. So let's see what Temperance is trying to tell you. Learn the lesson. Everyone has to be taught something. It's not personal. Everyone has to be triggered. Everyone has to be taught something. This is just a simulation to teach you something, to help you remember something about yourself, right? And what is it that you're meant to remember with the Ace of Cups? Because I feel like you're meant to remember something with this damn Ace of Cups. Okay, the Two of Swords. You're the one that you're looking for. Goddamn. You're the one that you're looking for. You know how I said the one is in here? It just has to be, it has to be awakened. It has to be resurged, reemerge, come online. You're the one that you've been looking for all along. It doesn't matter who comes in and out of your life. You're the one, right? So y'all remember in the Matrix, right? For a lot of the sequels, Trinity was always working towards helping Neo discover that he was the one, just for it to come to the point where she realizes that she is also the one. And so until you have learned that you are the one that is co-creating with this reality, that has control over this reality, then you will find yourself in a situation where outside forces or influences has the ability to make you perceive shit in an opposite direction. If it ain't going in the direction that you want it to go in, cast that demon out. Look at that. Envy, fear. And have no remorse about it. Straight up. Well, we have the spirit of envy, the spirit of fear, the spirit of gluttony. Damn, there's a lot of spirits out here trying to communicate to your ass. Criticism disguised as discernment. Told you. I'm just concerned that you are doing the wrong thing and going in the wrong direction. Okay? I'm concerned that you're trying to encourage people to want too much and do too much. All right? Then we have spirit of joy. So something's going to happen, go down on a Monday. Like I said, we're leaving out of Gemini season. You need all your focus and attention on this. Yeah. Taurus, you need all your focus and attention on this, especially going out of the month of June. All right, this spell could have been casted. This cyclone could have began at the month of June. June 6th could be significant. Lacking knowledge or experience, unable to articulate, express hate. You're getting a reset. Spirit of chastity and love. So there is something about you, like you governing thyself. I feel like the spirit of chastity is like you having control over yourself, knowing thyself, knowing yourself. Yes, so between June and September, watch 69. I told you. Because you're in the realm of the 69 God. Okay? And this is one of the optical illusions that is set up for those that want to manifest from, for those that want to get out of their karmic situations, lifestyles, and X, Y, and Z. Yeah, focus on everything. Focus on everything you dislike. This disguised hatred. Okay? I'm hearing red light, green light. Red light, green light. Okay, you could have played that game when you were younger. Confirmation. If you know how to play that game, you know how to play this game, don't you? Don't you wish your girl was hot like me? Something or someone has power over you. So fear is trying to claim power over you by using the illusion of fear, gluttony, envy, all of those things, just to make you relinquish your inheritance. So like I said, you know how I was telling you that when there's a great debt to be paid to people of this type of descent, royalty, bloodlines, things like that, the first thing is to make you fear that you're ever meant to receive that type of redemption, or not redemption, but that type of retribution. Okay. when you believe that it'll never happen for you, or that you'll never be the one that gets yourself out of this situation, or you'll never be the one to break that curse, by default you relinquish your inheritance, right? Now, just the way this entire optical illusion is also reflected in, so let's say you go to court, right? And you win a case and it's against someone in the medical field, like a doctor, or something to do where it's like judicial injustice. You'll pretty much see that they will set up trust, okay? Inheritance. They will set up trust. They will set up like a invisible bank where it's like, for as long as you live, you will receive this amount. They're not going to give it to you all at once because it doesn't exist. Everything in this dimension is built off of fake monopoly money. It ain't real. And in order for them to get the money up, they got to go and collect from every other level of consciousness that they harvest, okay? And that's pretty much what they need you to do. So either you are going to, one of y'all got to relinquish, so you're going to be tested because they can't pay everybody at once. So they're going to need some of y'all to fall off straight up and relinquish your inheritance in order for them to feel like, okay, boom, I can let one in. I can only pay one person back at a time because they money funny. This is pretty much saying that there's the money is funny. So they want you to be patient for your inheritance. Okay? Like, oh, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, they're coming. Yeah, it's a Judas. Fake gods, fake lords. And these are people that feel like this is the collective that feel like they're the greater. They're the greater of the lessers. So I feel like James, the reason why that is here is because I feel like the great, like there, like I said, there's a bigger, everything has checks and balances. So it's pretty much like the boogeyman was brought up. You know how I channeled like a couple of months ago, I was like, oh shit, I think this was back in April or May. I think it was May. I was like, they done woke up the boogeyman, and the boogeyman was coming. And sure enough, the shit started rolling out. And it was like, let me remind y'all, I'm mad. I said shit is supposed to be going in this way, and it's been going in that way. And so the injustice for so long, the karma for so long, it like woke up a sleeping giant, okay, or sleeping beast. And so now that that beast is woke, then it's like that monster is pretty much saying you good now. You're gonna be getting your retribution, because all you had, and then here's what they said. Here's what they said when they was talking about it. They was like, oh, it's not. I was gonna give it. I was gonna get it. All they had to do. Here's what those tricksters said. All the collective had to do was just say they wanted it, but the whole time they was creating illusions to make you not want to ask for it, or make you not feel entitled to it. You understand? Trying to get you to say, oh, put you under another type of subliminal curse and another subliminal spell, which is, oh, just let it all go. You see what I'm saying? You don't need any of it. And then when you tried it that route, what happened? Then it got even worse. So this is why you don't fucking make deals with the fucking with terrorists, okay? We got John. Yeah. Taurus, straight up, like, y'all are the favorites, okay? I'm just gonna Taurus collective energy. You will literally, like, God will literally get up and make people pay for shit. Will send reinforcement. Will make people pay for shit when it comes to you. I don't think you understand what I'm saying to you. Like, this is like, I will come down and manifest in physical flesh. I will take on a body for my collective. That's how much you're loved. That's how much you have a divine purpose. Yes, and I feel like they called in Gemini energy. They called in the boogeyman, and the boogeyman literally did what they had to do. Okay, and so you was like, you know what, bump that. And they was like, well, we didn't make Taurus believe in fear, and then so like the boogeyman had to say, all right, well, boom, I'll tell you, we're not gonna sacrifice shit else. What we're gonna sacrifice is the belief that we gave you. You see what I'm saying? The belief in you, the belief in your fairness, the belief in your system, the belief that you would do the right thing. We're going to take away that whole damn thing. Because all you gave was fear tactics. All you chose to handle the situation in like a bully. That's what bullies do. They fear tactic. And they bring in scarcity. And they don't help you when you need help. You can't call on these people. It's not designed to protect. So for a long time, this was like an area that was being. So like I said, this is also giving me with the greater. This is giving me systems and organizations that have been set up and established to protect women and children. Okay, that's the moon energy. So we're going into Cancer, which is now it's going to be like some type of witness protection. Yeah. Yeah, like the yeah, you coming up. You're not going down, you're going up. Things about to incline. Yes. Period, Pooh. Let's see how Sarah, how you know, there's levels to this shit. Like, come on now. Some of y'all may have been having psychic dreams, okay, where like the members of the greater have come and connected with you. Okay, I'm seeing like a trailer. It's not a trailer. What's the place like after you have a performance, like where you go? Not a fitting room. Let's say you was like doing a movie or something, and then you go like into like the trailer. Everyone has their own little trailer or something like that in between filming and stuff like that. And I feel like a lot of you guys may have been having like dreams of being like, of like what's about to happen in the future. A lot of y'all about to meet great people, great powerful people that be, you know, they be pushing, they be, yeah, performer. Yes. They be out here pushing T, pushing P, something. You are meant to be on the spotlight and be successful doing it with a natural ability to draw a crowd and influence others with your charms and talent. You see this? Wow. And that's how I know the reading is over. Just like that. Yes, just like that. When I move, you move. Hey DJ, bring that back. Yeah, y'all about to be offered. Y'all getting an upgrade. Y'all getting an upgrade. You're about to meet the greats. The color blue. Look at that. Extraordinary. Extraordinary. There's a wild and impetuous uniqueness to you that deserves to be honored. I cannot make this shit up. That's my favorite line. And then we have discernment. Trusting your plan. Grant me discernment and detachment when they're needed most. May I honor my feelings deeply, then fully let go, trusting your plan. All right, Taurus, those are the messages that I have for you, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.